In this 2018 DD Talk, Lizard Cube's Ben FIQUET goes over the process of revitalizing and reimagining the visual design of Wonder Boy, the Dragon's Champion, faithful remake for a new generation. Fikit explains how he was initially unsure about how to approach the project. How do you start? How do you transform nostalgia into something artistically relevant? The first step, Fikit says, is to look for inspiration from other artists and draw from that. With 2D, the only constraint is your imagination. Good art will help your game not be overlooked. It was an insightful talk that's definitely still worth watching. So developers should not miss the opportunity to do so now that it's freely available on the official GD YouTube channel. In addition to this presentation, THEGDC Vault and its accompanying YouTube channel offers numerous other free videos, audio recordings, and slides from many of the recent game developers conference events. And the service offers even more members-only content for DD Vault subscribers. Those who purchased all access passes to recent events, like DD Vault, already have full access to DD Vault, and interested parties can apply for the individual subscription via DD Vault subscription page. Group subscriptions are also available. Game-related schools and development studios who sign up for DD Vault Studio subscriptions can receive access for their entire office accompanied by contacting staff via THEGDC Vault Group subscription page. Finally, current subscribers with access issues can contact DD Vault technical support. Manomi Park's Nick Popovich speaking to Waypoint about industry culture. It's no secret that the game industry views crunch as an accessory evil, where developers work themselves to the bone in order to make deadlines. But it does not have to be like that. With changes being put into Motonto, give developers a healthy working environment and stability in case things go south. Over at Manomi Park, the studio behind Slime Rancher, developers abided before 0-hour workweeks during the game's development. In a recent interview with Waypoint, game director Nick Popovich discusses how it was possible. According to Popovich, the 0-hour workweek is not written in any contract at Manomi Park, which currently has 2 employees, but is part of a larger philosophy Popovich has on development. There are plenty of people out there with good intentions, he says. You see this all the time in the Bay Area. I think plenty of studios start with that as a goal. But they say, but, of course, in order to get started, to get our foot in the door, we are all going to have to crunch. We are all going to have to overextend ourselves. He credits his previous experience at both Castaway Entertainment and Three Rings Design as formative when it came to sticking with the 0-hour workweek and other responsibilities. Even in college, he explains, I was aware of the brutal working conditions in the industry. When you are in college, it was called the Cave Lab, where you are making digital art in the dark with a bunch of other people who want to get into video games. You are spending all night working on things because you want to be the best and have the portfolio and everything. It's almost grooming you for that lifestyle. I really do not want to give everyone the impression that the only reason Manomi Park provides a healthy environment for its staff is because we don't like it with a big hit. He goes on to say, I feel strongly that we'll have a big HITBECAUSEWA, have a healthy work-life balance. Be sure to check out the entire interview over at Waypoint, which goes into more detail on labor conditions in the industry and Popovich's philosophy on crunch. It's well worth the read. What goes into a great tutorial? At GD Europe 2016, those awesome guys, the co-experts, took to the stage to try and pick apart what's required to make your tutorials great, and why so many tutorials end up cluttered with annoying pop-ups, frustrating walls of text, and other things that make people press or skip. It was a quick, light-hearted look at something most developers have to deal with at some point. So if you missed it back in 2016, make sure to make time to watch Purposes Talk for free in the official GD YouTube channel. In addition to this presentation, THEGDC Vault and its accompanying YouTube channel offers numerous other free videos, audio recordings, and slides from many of the recent game developers conference events. And the service offers even more members-only content for GD Vault subscribers. Those who purchased all access passes to recent events, like GD Vault, already have full access to GD Vault, and interested parties can apply for the individual subscription via the GD Vault subscription page. Group subscriptions are also available. Game-related schools and development studios who sign up for GD Vault Studio subscriptions can receive access for their entire office accompanied by contacting staff via THEGDC Vault Group subscription page. Finally, current subscribers with access issues can contact the GD Vault technical support. Gamasutra and GD are sibling organizations under parent company Informa. Chris Kerr at KDRNBLIMEY is Gamasutra's resident United Kingdom news reporter and cake maker extraordinaire. December is here, which means it's time to wax lyrical about some of the best video games I have chomped on over the past 12 months. As has now become tradition, it's unfortunately also time for me to make the soul-crushing realization that I have still got an Everest-sized back catalog to conquer over Christmas. I have not forgotten about you, Tetris Effect, my sweet summer child. Out of those lazy did manage to make time for. There were some absolute belters. Bad North,
FIFA 19
Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Mini Metro, and North all won me for different reasons, but in the end, did not do quite enough to make the cut. Nope. We are here to talk about the absolute greats. That is the cream de la cream. I know that I have written enough of an intro to appease the formatting gods. It's time we moved on to the main event. Here are the 5 best titles of 2018. According to yours truly, expectation can weigh you down. And deep be fair to say the expectations swirling around Marvel's Spider-Man were absolutely massive. Years of impressive gameplay demos and trailers had made fans ravenous. But they also left developer Insomniac with the seemingly impossible task of delivering the goods, particularly on the title front. Turns out, we need not have worried. Insomniac did not just meet expectations, they absolutely obliterated them. And Spider-Man is now the benchmark for superhero titles. It captured the spirit of the franchise in every way imaginable, blending a captivating narrative full of surprises with relatable characters, Moorish web-swinging, a bustling and rather photogenic version of New York, and expressive combat. Repetitive side quests and slight pacing issues were the only blemish on an otherwise superlative effort. And in all honesty, my only real complaint is that after 30 Horsey still wanted more. This is the second time No Man's Sky has made my end-of-year list, and that fact alone should be enough to tell you developer Hello Games has been putting in plenty of graft to win over those players who were left underwhelmed. To put it politely, when the game touched down in 2016, for the record, I actually enjoyed the experience No Man's Sky offered at launch. skimming through the stars and exploring unknown worlds, while 65 days of static, as electrifying star, world around my eardrums, was enough for me. That said, I have to admit the next update Hello Games rolled out this year took the game to new heights. The patch introduced a full-fledged multiplayer, refined base building, a third-person camera, character customization, freighter enhancements, a revamped crafting and resource system, notable graphical enhancements, and so much more. It was a staggering achievement that is all the Hello Games crew win back the hearts and minds of their more disgruntled players, while simultaneously rewarding those who they supported them over the past 2 years. An interactive story about love and life. Florence is a magnificent example of less is more game design. The moving noble effort does not actually offer players many ways to engage beyond completing minimalistic mini-games, instead inviting them to sit back and explore a series of vignettes depicting the ultimately doomed relationship between Florence and Krish. That simplicity